welcome back, Random TV family. Thank you to all new subscribers, and as usual, thank you to all of my subscribers who have stayed faithful, loyal, and on board with Random TV. Guys, we're closing in on 2,000 subscribers, and I can't tell you how happy that makes me and how grateful I am to each and every one of you. Thank you so much. When we hit the 2,000 mark, I will I'll make up a special video, I promise. Thank you all. If you're wondering what this shirt means, if you can read it, and you're not sure what it means, it's a phrase I coined some time ago to kind of say that with all the craziness that goes on in the world, I'm not the one that's responsible for it. So what it says is, I don't pull the levers and I don't turn the gears. Yeah, it pretty much says it all for me anyway. Although that's not to be confused with, another, turning thing, as we all know. As far as that goes, as far as responsibility for Random TV, you guys can take all the responsibility for turning the gears there, or as you know, turning the channel, because you are the ones who turn the channel, as you know, here at Random TV. That said, today we have a trip back to 1991 with a WPIX anniversary special from 91, Channel 11 in New York. It's hosted by Tony Randall, who I love. Love Tony Randall. I think everything he did, every role he played was perfect, golden. Really enjoyed him. He and Jack Klugman. I mean, I don't need to say more. The Odd Couple is one of the greatest shows of all time. It is on my top 10 list of greatest shows of all time. The number one spot for that list is The Honeymooners. And, you, I'm sure, have your own list of the greatest shows of all time. So, another expression I like to say is, we, meaning, folks that are over the age of 30, we'll say, give or take, we have seen the last of the best, and that can come off as seeming a little cynical, a little pessimistic, a little boastful even, but I think it holds up. You and us, grew up with what I consider to be the best of television, radio, you name it, soup to nuts. The best Christmases, the best Thanksgivings. And sure, Christmas is still a fantastic holiday, and so is Thanksgiving, and so on and so on, but not quite what it used to be. And I think a large part of that is due to the technology, which, I'm not gonna lie, I enjoy the technology myself. I have all the devices, and we wouldn't be having this kind of stage to watch and enjoy without the modern technology. But I think that the technology has taken a little bit of the shine off of what we remembered. And, you know, we had those times, and I'm grateful for having had those times. But I really do believe, you know, we have seen the last of the best. And, you know, you can attach anything from, you know, your childhood to that, and put that on, and put it under that banner. You know, as I said, best radio, best TV, you know, et cetera, et cetera. The list goes on. Whatever suits you. So we go back tonight, to 1991 with a tribute, an anniversary, a recognition of WPIX, Channel 11, which had at that point in 1991 been around for a whopping 40 years. So they were around for a good long time, and they really were, when they started out, you know, the little engine that could, because they were fighting an uphill battle to establish that station, and we're so glad that we did. I know I am. It is one of my favorite stations of all time, and I'm going to try to clip this now, and just without further ado, bring you the 40th anniversary of WPIX Channel 11 in New York, hosted by the incomparable, great Tony Randall of Odd Couple fame and many movies. A true New Yorker who loved the city and wasn't afraid to talk about it. So without further ado, I bring you that special. Guys, be well as always. Continue to do so, and I'll see you the next time. Thank you again, everybody. From my heart, you are the greatest, and you are what turns the channel. Bye for now.
Hello and welcome to a magical night in Old New York. It's the WPIX 40th anniversary special, and the array of stars is staggering indeed. I'm standing here in front of the one and only Automat, that fabulous Art Deco eatery on 42nd Street. We're just a few steps from Channel 11 studios. And wait, I believe the first of our celebrities has arrived. Yes, it's Chuck McCann, a true giant in the annals of the small screen. Just listen to that crowd as they welcome this beloved broadcaster. And what's this, ladies and gentlemen? It can only mean one thing as the people gaze on in rapture. Zachary! Bozo the Clown! And wonder of wonders, little orphan Annie! Hold on, someone else is arriving. Why, it's that venerable Nova in the heavens of stage, screen and television, the one and only Mr. Tony Randall.
Hey, yo, pal, before you go, you got a light? My name is not Pal, and the only lights you should be concerned with are the redwoods you just went through. What about a tip? Yeah, I'll give you a tip. Quit smoking.
It's WPIX at 40, a celebration of New York television and the miracle on 42nd Street, Channel 11. Starring Tony Randall, with Chuck McCann, Zachary, Jack McCarthy, Shari Lewis and Lamb Chop, and a nostalgic look back at 40 years of TV memory. And now, here's your host, Mr. Tony Randall.
Channel 11. Okay, let's take a look at some of the reasons we're celebrating tonight. And after that, I have a little surprise for you. I may sing a special song that was written especially for this special occasion tonight. They said it couldn't be done. Start a television station without a network, you lose your shirt. Where will the programs come from?
Could I speak to Mr. Lucky?
Don't be surprised if you find yourself a #1 suspect.
Anything I can do? News? TV can't cover it in towns this big.
What are your vital statistics, Henry?
Mooney, a little slow,
Baseball? It'll never work on that little screen.
He hits one deep for right center.
And movies? That's what theaters are for. They said it wouldn't last 40 weeks. But here we are, 40 years later. Still independent, still proving them wrong. Still New York's own Channel 11. This program is dedicated to you, our viewers, who made it all possible.
Excuse me, Mr. Randall. I'm the director.
Oh,
and,
how do you do?
Hi,
Good
how
to
are
see
you? I'm sorry, but nothing was said to me about any songs. So
Nothing was said to you about my
no,
song.
I'm going to try to work something out, but...
They're expecting me to sing. I'm very excited about this song.
I know, I'm sure you are. I promise you I'll work something out. But Mr. Randall,
Yes.
should I call you Mr. Randall?
No, call me Tony.
Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Randall. You're on.
I'm on.
Yes, right now, you're on.
Thank you very much for cueing me. Wasn't that wonderful? Now, we're going to be back right away to show you some programs that haven't been seen since they were originally aired 40 years ago. And then, my surprise song.
Coming up, Ciro Mostel Fiddle, Chuck McCann Burns, and George Brett explodes as our 40th anniversary special continues.
I can't remember what I used to do, who I trusted.
Welcome to Wally's.
I
know it's beauty, but someday all TVs will look like this, baby.
For a lot of New Yorkers, TV started with Channel 11.
Honey, do you think we could afford it?
Great choice, young man.
The years when everything went wrong.
Ooh, a TV.
Together we were strong.
We'll just have to move a piece, Joe.
Well, who needs a couch anyway?
Or table.
For this chair.
Bogart and Lord McCall returns to New York City.
Not now, honey. We've got company.
We're at Idle Wild Air.
Channel 11 says thanks for making room for us.
People of the Earth, 35 years ago we invaded your planet. You thought you stopped us. You thought we were gone forever. But you were wrong. We never left. War of the Worlds.
Premieres Saturday, October 8th on Channel 11.
Have you ever sweated out an important loan?
There's some information here in your TRW credit report I have to ask you about.
Don't wait until it's too late to find out what your TRW credit report says about you. Join TRW Credential Service now and get your TRW credit report. Find out when anyone receives a copy of it. Apply for credit more conveniently. Look for an announcement in your mail.
What do we do now?
Don't wait until it's too late.
Sansone, New Jersey's quality car and truck leader, has teamed up with the Giants to bring you Giant Savings, Giant Selection. And now get your 1988 Giants yearbook free with every test drive. Chevrolet, priced as low as $59.99. Test drive a new Ford, priced as low as $49.95. Mercury, as low as $67.95. Get a Giants yearbook free. Get Sansone Giant Savings, Giant Selection, and a free Giants yearbook at all 10 New Jersey locations, including Joseph Chevrolet, Perth Amboy, Royal Lincoln Mercury, Mercure, Woodbridge, and Sansone Ford, North Brunswick. Sansone and the Giants are #1.
Burlington does it again. Burlington Coat Factory announces the grand opening of another new warehouse with spectacular values at all locations. If you've been to Burlington, you know that it's a fabulous shopping experience with more coats than you've ever seen anywhere under one roof. Plus famous label and designer sportswear, children's clothing and menswear, all at the incredible prices that have made Burlington famous. Come in now for special grand opening values at all Burlington warehouses.
Daily special values at Burger King.
Burger
starting Monday.
Monday, 2 regular burgers for 99 cents. Tuesday, 99-cent bacon double cheeseburger.
Something different on Wednesday.
On Wednesday, a 99-cent Whopper. Thursday, 99-cent double cheeseburger.
Then a win again Friday.
And a 99-cent whaler on Friday. But get Burger King daily specials while they last.
Or say bye-bye, baby. We do it like you do it at Burger King.
The evening breeze caress the trees tenderly. The rosemary carnation.
You know, this night symbolizes a party you've been invited to ever since the beginnings of Channel 11. Some of the clips you're about to see have been lost since they were first originally aired, and I think you'll be impressed with how much was accomplished with so very, very little.
This is WPIX New York, Channel 11 on your dial.
New Yorkers got their first look at WPIX on June 15, 1948, when the gala opening night celebration was broadcast live from our new home in the Daily News building.
Now we're going to take you all down memory's lane.
Life was sweet.
The 5-hour spectacular was just a hint of things to come as our upstart station took center stage along with the greats and the not-so-greats.
We'll take a glaze hurrah to do the town, and we won't be home till we've done the town of Brown.
There's no business like
In those days, everything was done live. There was only one chance to get it right, and if you blew it, no one knew exactly what would happen next.
Mr. This is great. I almost forgot his name.
A lot of names that will never be forgotten were introduced on Channel 11, including a young Ed Sullivan who got his TV start on the station. And a glamorous Gloria Swanson, who dazzled the Big Apple with her special style and helpful hints. Long before he won critical acclaim for Fiddler on the Roof, Zero Mostel fiddled around in the WPIX studio in a 1948 production called Channel Zero.
Zero?
The boss.
Did you receive my Christmas present?
Yes, boss.
My portrait?
Yes, boss.
Did you like it?
Yes, boss. Just what I wanted.
And if Zero wasn't enough to jazz things up,
Police. Hurry, hurry.
these guys could certainly do the job.
Hurry, hurry. I have stolen my gal anyway.
Big bands were big news on WPIX. Eager fans couldn't wait to hear the musical magic of Jerry Jerome and his orchestra on the daily Ted Steele Show, or jazz great Eddie Condon on Saturday nights. And when shows like Swing Time hit the air, you can bet all New York was dancing to the beat of a different drummer. With new trails to blaze and countless hours to fill, a lot of creative programming was rushed into production. Shows like Record Rendezvous with Stan Shaw.
Hello there, gang. How are you? Come join our record rendezvous. Stan Shaw is here and others you know. And here is Stan to start the show.
And who could ever forget the popular Sigmund Spaeth, the tune detective, who sat at his piano composing songs based on, would you believe, viewers' telephone numbers.
Her number is 96764. That's 96764. All right, I'll try it in a sort of a classic style.
Nice try, Siggy. And certainly no show was complete without a masked baritone.
I hear music when I touch your hand.
In addition to lots of fun, the good old days presented lots of challenges, and WPIX rose to all occasions, including groundbreaking coverage of the political conventions in 1948 and again in 1952. Sure, we took ourselves seriously, but we always left room for some serious fun.
Being here with you. Being here with you. Being here with you. Remind me of you. Remind me of pictures on the night when you now 40 years later in the tender light of WPIX 11 alive.
Oh, aren't they marvelous? They get to sing while the management is still making up its mind about me. Well, it's not that I don't understand it. The 50s, doo-wop, the automat, it all ties together. But really, don't you think it's time for someone with a little bit more hip? A little more together, a little more with it. I'm going to straighten this whole thing out. When you look at another piece of the 50s and a park, some of you will remember. Stop already.
Have you heard? There's a great new show called Starting from Scratch. It's about a veterinarian. No, a nice veterinarian. You'll like him, honest. It stars Bill Daly, the gorgeous Connie Stevens, 2 terrific kids, 1 nutty assistant, lots of animals, and 1 million laughs. Starting from Scratch. Watch it once. You'll beg for more. Premieres Saturday at 6:30 on Channel 11.
If you think there'll never be another you, you may have to demand a recount. Human cloning will soon become a reality. And if you'd like to design a better you, you're not alone. A host of celebrities reveal how they would do it. In fact, recreating nature has even reached the insect world with the first robot bug. It's all in the special 10th anniversary issue of Omni, including the 9 great mysteries that have stumped science. Omni, on sale everywhere.
A fragrance from Almay may surprise you. But so will the feelings you experience wearing it. With Almay, you just may have to rethink your whole attitude about fragrance.
In voting for European Car of the Year, judges should consider the following criteria. Performance. Handling and general roadworthiness. Safety. Comfort.
Introducing the front-wheel drive Peugeot 405.
Test drive the new Peugeot 405, the European Car of the Year.
Want more value for your dollar? Then look for this coupon-filled circular and bring it to Pathmark to stock up Italian style. Get Breyer's ice cream, just $1.99 for the half-gallon. Tropicana Pure Premium Orange Juice, regular or home style, a half-gallon, $1.59. And Coke Diet Coke or Sprite 2 liters, only 79 cents with the coupon. During Stock Up Italian Style Days, starting Sunday at Pathmark, where you get more value for your dollar 24 hours a day.
For WPIX, it's the Saturday Clay Cole Show.
Channel 11's Clay Cole Show rocked New York television with top stars from 1963 to 1968. Bobby Rydell, Chubby Checker, Sam Cooke, Dion, all the hot performers hit Clay's show, including in 1964, the Rolling Stones in their first U.S. television appearance.
And the big shockwave of the Rolling Stones.
Excuse me, Mr. Randall.
Have you got any news for me?
Yes, sir. I think I've got everything worked out.
Oh,
I just need a
great.
little more time to arrange some kind of musical accompaniment.
But I haven't even seen the lyrics yet.
Well, I know. Well, we're just going to have to make the best of it.
We? Oh, I love that. We'll have to make the best of it. What are we going to do, sing a duet?
Well, no, sir, but you're a real pro, Mr. Randall, right? And I know you can handle it. And another thing, Mr. Randall, you're on.
Again, you did that to me. Hi. If you grew up in New York, then you know and love the man you're about to meet, the star of the legendary children's show for adults, Let's Have Fun. Wonderful commercial actor, the man most responsible for keeping alive the comic spirit of Laurel and Hardy. Ladies and gentlemen, Chuck McCann.
We just made a movie together, in fact.
Yes,
we
yes.
did a film called That's Adequate.
That's the name of the picture. That's adequate. It must have been very exciting working on Channel 11 those days.
It was. I actually started when Channel 11 was gas-driven.
Uh-huh.
And I did 32 characters on that show. It was a 4-hour show from 9 to 1 in the
How
afternoon.
long were you on?
About 7 years.
7 years.
4 hours. I actually worked 7 days a week on the station. I did a two-hour show on Saturday, 4-hour show on Sunday, and an hour every day.
Oh.
I blew
and
up.
everything alive, everything for the first time, wasn't it?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Because not much had been done up until that
Yes.
time. In fact, I blew up more television studios in New York than anybody else.
That's clever.
You want to see?
No.
Roll that. Through our kinescopes that we preserved, here's a few moments from the old Let's Have Fun show. Ah, the sweet smell of blasting powder. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The kid show tradition on Channel 11 goes back to the very beginning with a show called Pixie Playtime, featuring Frank Paris and a puppet considered the model for Howdy Doody. Things got really interesting around 1956 when a lovely unknown by the name of Shari Lewis put on a prom dress and sent this photo to WPIX, hoping to get a chance on air.
The gown was my prom gown from high school. I went to Music and Art High School here in New York, and I got out at 15, and that was my only professional picture. I had taken my dummy and put it on my knee, and so that got me one of my first shows.
She got her chance, and the rest is history. New York kids and later kids all over America fell in love with Sherry and her friends, especially the lovable lamb chop.
WPIX. Happy birthday to you.
For a period of more than 10 years, beginning in the late 1950s, millions of New Yorkers grew up with a cast of kid show characters that still occupy a special place in the heart. Bill Britton's natural goodness showed through in all his roles.
And I have developed a body just like this by following my 26-week course.
But of course, we remember him most as Bozo.
Well, look who's coming this way. Here comes our friend, Mighty Muscle.
Kids waited for months for the chance to be in his studio audience. And those lucky enough to make it remember the experience to this day. Joe Bolton, known simply as Officer Joe, brought not only fun, but a simple message of respect for authority and consideration for others. These early WPIX newsreels, made years before he became Officer Joe, still captured the playfulness that would endear him to kids. When he passed away a few years back, millions of grown-up New Yorkers felt the loss of a special part of their childhood.
What a day this has been, what a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love.
His name is Ray Heatherton, but you remember him best as the Merry Mailman. Today, among other pursuits, he holds forth nightly at the Garden City Hotel Polo Lounge. And when he's got just the right kind of crowd, well, he does one very special tune.
I am the merry mailman. Ring, ding, your bell will ring. That's my very special ring, and this is what I'll bring. A letter from your grandma to say she's coming to stay. And close your eyes for the big surprise. It's a present for your birthday. I am the merry mailman, singing so merrily. I'm so very glad to be your very merry, merry, merry mailman. Hey!
6 bells, all is well, and welcome aboard, mateys.
You know, for some 12 years, that meant it was time for Captain Jack McCarthy. You know, besides introducing Popeye and the gang, my good friend Captain Jack dispensed years of fatherly advice on everything from eating a good breakfast to doing your homework.
When I got on the air as Captain Jack, I talked to my audience just the way I talked to the children at home, telling them, don't take rides from strangers. Do your homework on Friday night so that you can have the whole weekend to play. When you go swimming, always go with a buddy, and things of that nature.
Still very much a part of the New York scene, Jack entered the Guinness Book of Records last year as he led Channel 11's 40th straight St. Patrick's Day Parade.
At the end of the parade, 3 generations of McCarthys. The Colonel, the General, which would be my grandson, the little guy, and the old captain, hand in hand, marching up Fifth Avenue. Tell you, proud, you bet.
Every Kids host brought something unique to Channel 11. Carol Corbett, she used her wit and her drawing talents to charm the little folks. While Beachcomber Bill Beery, besides working with a very live parrot on his shoulder, found all sorts of inventive excuses to run herds of livestock through the studio. Hank Stoll, on his surprise show, pioneered a fascinating new technique called anaforms. It allowed him to converse with, among others, an outspoken chicken called Lorelei J. Loverly.
Will you wait? Who was that? What was that? That was me. Mrs. Stolz, I am a single chickie.
Hank still found time, however, for humor that was a bit more, well, shall we say, physical?
If there's a Fisher pie available, let me have it.
Eddie Lawrence brought his special brand of theatrics to the small screen, all the while developing a character that would make him famous to this day.
Would you welcome the old philosopher, Eddie Lawrence?
Hiya, Bunky. You say your wife's adjusting her beads in the mirror, and you kiss her on the neck and find out it's your son, the hippie?
And for sheer longevity, he's hundreds of years old, after all, my best pal, John Zachary. He's the cool ghoul, and he's in a class all by himself. Zachary still packs them in on college campuses and still remembers the days on Channel 11.
I used to get great things in the mail, and I rarely answered them. I'm sorry I didn't answer all that mail, but thanks a lot, kids. Now you've grown up and you got monsters of your own running around the house, eh?
It's nice to say hello. Ole. Hello. Ole. Hello. Ole. It's nice to say hello. Ole. Hello. And how are you?
A most definite change of pace were Paula Janis and Carol Demis of The Magic Garden. The warmth of their off-screen friendship shone through on the air, and their audience basked in the glow.
We're fine, and how are you?
And now for a subject dear to my heart, my show, called appropriately, Let's Have Fun.
Gray skies are gonna clear up. You gotta put on a happy face.
Brush off the clouds and cheer up. Put on a happy face. Take off the gloomy mask of tragedy. It's not your style. You look so good that you'll be glad you decided to smile.
For 7 wonderful years, from 1959 to 1966, in a studio with low ceilings and not much elbow room, a dedicated band of gifted technicians and zany performers, led by yours truly, made television the likes of which New York had never seen.
Is biding my time.
My partner, the late Paul Ashley, master puppeteer and craftsman, created dozens of wonderful puppet characters who took on a life all of their own. And when called upon to play straight man...
Hey, look, I want a feature for Friday the 13th on Jonah K. 8-Ball.
Who?
You know, the luckiest man in the world.
The rather reserved Paul was a perfect foil for my craziness.
Are you all right?
In 1962, there was a newspaper strike in New York, and we did Fiorello LaGuardia one better. With grease paint, gags, and a lot of gumption, we brought Dick Tracy, Dondi, and Little Orphan Annie right into your living room.
Works in the comics.
It was a very special time on a very special station. And to all of you watching tonight who invited us into your homes, a heartfelt thank you. And remember, put on a happy face.
Hey, put on that happy, happy, happy face right now.
Hey, that was special, Chef. That was special.
Why, thank you, Guy. And by the way, I brought you a little present. Hi, Guy.
Remind you of anyone you know?
Coming up, showdowns at the stadium, drama on the high seas, and silliness in the city as our 40th anniversary special continues.
I can't remember when you were.
I'm sick of being sick.
Oh, it won't be much longer.
I'm going to have the measles forever.
Remember the times you needed something special to make you feel better?
I swear, been through everything there is.
Do you want to color?
No.
Tommy, I asked you to play somewhere else. Come on. Head on out. Tommy, out.
Remember the one place you could always find a smile?
I know what will make you feel better.
What?
Channel 11, where you've always found your friends.
You know Bell Atlantic provides great phone service, but wait till you see what our data services can do. We're a billion bits of information per second that help keep industry working. Our data resources help keep the country running and the future bright. Everywhere you do business.
We're doing more than just fun.
We're Bell Atlantic.
In 1985, Michigan was faced with a modern-day nightmare. The possible failure of one of its largest power companies. The problem was the enormous cost of completing a controversial nuclear power plant. After spending $4 billion, the plant still eluded completion. The dilemma drove consumers' power out of the black and could have forced millions of people into the dark. In 1986, working with Drexel Burnham, a new management team at Consumers Power decided to fuel the plant with natural gas. And the power for Michigan's continued progress will stay on, thanks to Drexel Burnham's $1.7 billion restructuring of the project. Proof that innovative thinking is not just good for business, but for everyone. Drexel Burnham, financing America's future.
Spread on this, slip on that. 36 calories, how about that? Give them all a little pat of butter.
Pure natural dairy butter. It has the same calories as margarine, just 36 per pat.
Give them all a little pat of butter.
Kids like cartoon vitamins that taste good. You want them to take a multivitamin you think is good for them. Presenting Sunkist multivitamins for children. The essential vitamins kids need.
I like that Sunkist for a taste.
Sunkist multivitamins for children.
Calvin Klein's obsession. When it goes to your head, the man in you goes with it.
Now, your gift with any $25 Obsession for Men purchase at Macy's. No, there's a new reason to fear the dark. Friday the 13th, the series, premieres Saturday on Channel 11.
What would any summer be like without Yankees baseball? Since 1951, Channel 11 has offered us the best seats in the house to the most exciting show in sports. But how many of you know that the Yankees aren't the only baseball team to broadcast on Channel 11? From 1948 to 1957, the New York Giants played on WPIX. Of course, then they moved to a place where applause isn't the only thing that shakes the stand.
I'm Bill White. As a matter of fact, I was a rookie outfielder with those old New York Giants when I first showed up on WPIX. Now, those days at the Polo Grounds, they were great ones, but it's the Yankees, of course, who've made the most baseball history on Channel 11. That association dates back to Joe DiMaggio's final season, 1951. We've been there for 17 championship seasons and more than 3,700 games. Mel Allen and Red Barber, the first two sportscasters to make it into the Baseball Hall of Fame, set the pace for many years. And in 1957, they welcomed a certain just-retired shortstop to the team.
This is one of Phil's Yankee caps. He always put chewing gum on the top where the button is. Now, in the broadcasting booth, you better, if you want to stick it anywhere, be sure and put it on your own head, not on Red's or mine, will you?
Here's a trivia question for you. Who invented instant replay? That's right, Channel 11. The year was 1959, and a Ralph Terry no-hitter was spoiled by a ninth-inning single. Mel Allen asked the director if this new stuff called videotape could do a quick replay. It could. And TV sports were never the same. In 1961, WPIX followed a dramatic home run race between Mickey Mantle and Roger Maris, right down to this historic moment on the final day of the season. With Babe Ruth's record on the line and Phil Rizzuto at the mic.
Here's the windup. Fastball hit deep to right. This could be it. Way back there. Holy cow, it's 61 for Maris. And look at him fight for that ball out there. Another standing ovation for Roger Maris. One of the greatest sights I've ever seen here at Yankee Stadium.
New York witnessed the entire career of the great Mickey Mantle on PIX, including his historic 500th home run, with Jerry Coleman making the call.
Here's the payoff pitch. This is it. There it goes. It's out of here.
WPIX was there when Mickey Mantle said goodbye, one June day in 1969.
I've often wondered how a man who knew he was going to die could stand here and say that he was the luckiest man in the world. But now I think I know how Lou Gehrig felt. This is...
In the 70s, after some lean years, and shortly after I joined the Channel 11 broadcast team, the Yankees roared back with superstars like Jackson, Nettles, Hunter, Guidry, and Mutson. But in 1976, it was the quiet first baseman, Chris Chambliss, who made history when he won the team's first pennant in 12 years with this dramatic shot in the final playoff game.
He hits one deep to right center. That ball is out of here. The Yankees win the pennant. Holy cow, Chris Chambliss on one swing. And the Yankees win the American League pennant. Unbelievable, what a finish. As dramatic a finish as you'd ever want to see. And holy cow, Chambliss hits one over the fence. He is being mobbed by the fans, and this field will never be the same, but the Yankees have won it in the bottom of the ninth, 7-6.
2 years later, an unlikely hero named Bucky Dent won another pennant for the Yankees with this memorable moment in Fenway Park.
Deep to left. Yastrzemski will not get its home run. A three-run home run for Bucky Dent. The Yankees now lead by a score of 3-2.
But just 10 months later, tragedy struck this great team when its captain, Thurm Mutson, was killed in a plane crash. The next evening at the stadium, what was intended as a moment of silence became instead a non-stop outpouring of love for one of the great Yankees of all time. And for human emotion of a different kind, have you ever seen anyone, for whatever reason, ever get this mad? Watch George Brett.
They might be going to call George Brett out.
Well, he's out.
Yes, sir.
Brett is out. Look at this. Brett is out. And
he's steaming mad.
He is out and having to be forcibly restrained from hitting plate umpire Tim McClellan.
Today's Yankees, the Yanks of Winfield, Mattingly, and Henderson, continue to write their own history. And WPIX will be there, sending it home to you.
Did it seem to any of you, did you notice as we got closer and closer to the present, that either the players are getting fatter or their uniforms are shrinking? Yeah. Now, listen, I've got some exciting news now. The news you've been waiting for. I will be singing that song that... Wake up, yeah. But first tonight, it's important to recognize that Channel 11 practically invented television news. That's a fact. It's true. Through the years, the WPIX news cameras have roamed almost everywhere, showing you things you wanted to see, and some you didn't.
In a way, we were like kids with a new toy. Sure, there was plenty of serious news to film, but our cameras never missed a chance to capture New Yorkers just being themselves. And wasn't life just a little bit simpler back then? Was a matinee idol breezing through town? We'd be there to ask what the fans wanted to know.
This is a very indiscreet question.
Was a pretty unknown pushing an unusual product? It might be worth a look.
Now, human beings can also savor this.
Was it new? Was it naughty? Was it New York? We knew what to do.
Yes, I have many heroes on Channel 11.
Captain Kirk, Felix Unger, Parr on Little House on the Prairie, and Ed Norton. Yes, Felix Unger's roommate. Honey, have the kids been playing with the TV again?
Hello. Ready for the game? There's a game.
Hey, could be number 500 for Mickey.
For 40 years, Channel 11's had a way of being there for the big moments.
Problem.
Hi, Freddy's TV repair.
And for 40 years, you've always found a way to be there, too.
Metal hits number 500, and I don't see it. Don't panic, don't panic. That's it.
Yes, sir.
Channel 11 and you. Together.
Burger King presents 99 cents daily specials. Monday, it's 99 cents for 2 flame-broiled regular burgers. Tuesday, 99 cents for a bacon double cheeseburger. Wednesday, 99 cents for our big beefy Whopper. Thursday, 99 cents for our double cheeseburger. Friday, 99 cents for our Whaler fish sandwich. Just buy large fries and a regular soft drink and get the daily special for 99 cents. September 12th through the 30th at Burger King.
Dentists warn, the #1 dental problem isn't cavities. It isn't tartar. It's plaque, building up on your teeth every day. And no matter how much you brush, you don't get enough plaque off your teeth, especially in hard-to-reach places. The problem is plaque. The solution is Plaques. Rinse with Plaques before brushing, and you can remove 300% more plaque than brushing alone. Plaques, original flavor and soft mint, removes 300% more plaque than brushing alone.
iLab, glasses in an hour. And they do it right. That's the right price. And this makes it even righter. iLab's Ideals. Neat, huh? Ideals is iLab's special department where you can save 50% off hundreds of quality frames, everyday low prices, and our 1-hour service. You can't beat that. Look for Ideals and save. iLab, glasses fast, glasses right, prices right. Call for an exam or bring in your prescription.
Government standards would allow me to call this a grade A chicken, but my standards wouldn't. This chicken is skinny, it has scrapes and hairs. The fact is, my graders reject 30% of the chickens government graders accept as grade A. That's why it pays to insist on a chicken with my name on it. If you're not completely satisfied, write me, and I'll give you your money back. Who do you write in Washington? What do they know about chickens?
So, yeah, it was one of those days where pretty much everything turned out wrong.
Honey, it's Mark. About the tickets.
Except for something I bought for myself. That I bought for myself. Just because. And buying that gold bracelet felt so right. The whole rest of the world disappeared. When you really want to treat yourself, nothing makes you feel as good as gold. From Fortunoff.
Stop, look, listen, 'cause you're gonna hear a brand new story about a great engineer. He's the greatest of them all, we claim. #1's his engine, Casey Jones, his name. Casey Jones, steaming and rolling. Casey Jones, you never have to guess. When you hear the tooting of the whistle, it's Casey at the throttle of the Cannonball Express.
New Yorkers like to know what's going on more than any other people in the world. For the past 40 years, no one has brought the world to New York like Channel 11. The news has sometimes been alarming, sometimes frightening, but we always respected your intelligence enough to tell you the truth.
WPIX presents the story of WPIX, the Channel 11 newsreel. Pride of the Italian fleet, the luxury liner, the 29,000-ton Andrea Doria, wallowing here
in the Atlantic Ocean.
July 1956. The luxury liner Andrea Doria, just hours from Safe Harbor in New York, is fatally gored by the Stockholm. John Tillman, WPIX news anchor, remembers the day.
It was a miserable-looking sight to see such two great luxury liners demolished that way.
Channel 11's exclusive films caught the drama of the great ship's final moments.
Certainly is a sorry sight, a very sad sight indeed.
And later, the joy of the exhausted survivors. In a curious twist of fate, it would be on Channel 11, 30 years later, that New Yorkers would view the Andrea Doria's ghostly wreckage on the ocean floor and see her safe opened on live TV. Scoops were nothing new to WPIX. Back in 1951, with the station less than 3 years old, New Yorkers saw history in the making as the Kefauver Crime Commission grilled top mobsters and their cronies.
You refuse to testify further?
Absolutely. Mr. Halleck, all due respect to the son, which I have an awful lot of respect for, I'm not going to answer another question. You just said I'm not under arrest and I'm going to walk out.
For 8 straight days, normal life in New York came to a standstill as people found any excuse to stay in front of their TV. Our exclusive coverage brought viewers a slice of life they'd never seen before.
The men I was around that gave me things were not gangsters or racketeers or whatever you call these other people. The only time I ever got anything from them was going out and having fun and maybe a few presents.
And when crime boss Costello insisted his face not be seen on camera, we simply focused on his nervous fingers and created one of the most memorable images in TV history. Memorable images. They became our specialty in hard-hitting news programs from the 50s to today.
What kind of man was this strutting, shouting fanatic of the Third Reich?
In 1959, The Secret Life of Adolf Hitler took viewers deep into the mind of the madman and showed never-before-seen film of his mistress Eva Braun in their mountain hideaway.
Perhaps it is the camera that causes the playful mood. Perhaps it is an escape from the frightening decisions being made at these meetings.
Many other documentaries followed, including a fascinating look at Argentina's Eva Perón that inspired the Broadway production Evita.
This is the story of a beautiful woman. Some call her she-devil. Some call her saint.
And the Peabody Award went to Channel 11 for I Am My Brother's Keeper.
Each man up here is doing an excess of 25 years. The man standing over here is doing life for 51 years.
It was the outside world's first look at the hard-hitting confrontations at New Jersey's Rahway Prison that became known as Scared Straight.
You're banging on them doors and saying, man, let me come to prison. Please let me come to prison.
Stan Hellam, Roger, Reverend Randall Kingsbury.
Today, our AIDS Lifeline programs are helping to fight ignorance and fear, bringing much-needed information to New York. Day after day, year after year, it's the ebb and flow of the city, the bad news and the good news that make New York like no other place. It's all been here, because our job, after all, is to inform as well as entertain. But when you've had about all the reality you can take, when you're ready to be entertained, boy, have you come to the right place.
ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you're all right. Now, I'll be back in just a moment, but right now, I'd like you to hear a word from those very nice people we call our sponsors.
It's fall. Leaves change color. Temperatures cool. It's the perfect time to see your Nissan dealer for his fall clearance. Because right now, he's dealing on everything to make room for the 89s. And qualified first-time buyers can even get into eligible models for no money down. The Nissan Fall Clearance. Just run on over. We'll help you get a ride back home.
If you love cheese, you'll love Pizza Hut's new Cheese Lovers Pizza. It's loaded with a delicious blend of 3 cheeses, fresh mozzarella, tangy cheddar, mounds of Monterey Jack. Choose 2 irresistible toppings. New Cheese Lovers Pizza. It's only for a limited time. And of course, it's only at Pizza Hut.
Pizza Hut, making it great.
A cheese riddle. Mom, what do you get when you slice and melt American cheese over ordinary hot dogs? A happy lunch bunch. That's right, Mom. Cheese makes it taste better. So don't forget the cheese.
When you bite Dentine, that snappy flavor bites you back. And that tingle freshens your breath. Dentine, the gum that bites you back.
Frank Lautenberg says he fights for New Jersey. Wait a minute. Let's look at the facts.
Lautenberg voted to deny New Jersey veterans health care benefits and give the money to politicians for their campaigns. He voted to cut Coast Guard drug patrols off our shore by 55%, but voted to pay for Seattle buses and a Los Angeles subway. Lautenberg voted to increase taxes on New Jersey families and yet voted himself a pay raise.
A pay raise? This is fighting for New Jersey? Come on, Frank.
When the burning, itching, and soreness of hemorrhoids flare up, Tux medicated pads give you soothing, cooling relief on contact. For hemorrhoid flare-up, get Tux from Park Davis.
When your children are allergy sensitive, their next attack may be only a breath away. For relief, depend on Benadryl Elixir. Doctors have prescribed it for children more than any allergy medication ever. Benadryl Elixirs from Park Davis.
Excuse me, Mr. Randall.
Oh, hey, we all set?
Oh, you bet we are. Now, here are the lyrics, and you'll have a chance to look.
Where's the music?
Well, you don't really need any music. It's kind of a poem.
Sort of a dramatic reading, huh? Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, right, a dramatic
Where's
reading.
the musician?
They're right over here, sir.
Hey,
what's up? Fellas?
How you doing, homeboy? What is it?
Homeboy.
Chill out.
Well, then, I'm the rapper with the funny beat. I got the rhythm that'll move your feet. There's a party tonight. This ain't no jive for a station sensation. That's 11 Alive. What's your opinion? We'd like to know, did we have a good time on this birthday show? So beam me up, Scotty, and send Alice to the moon. My rap is over, not a minute too soon.
Oh, come on.
This is not me.
You've got a whole board.
I got a better idea. Here's a special gift from us to you, the other members of our WPIX family. just the beginning of middle age. To others, it's just the beginning.
It was on TV, but McDonald's is frying their hamburgers. Unbelievable. Well, I like them flame broiled. So, what are you gonna do? I don't go to Burger King. Aren't you hungry for Burger King now?
2 on the Town Goes Hollywood, Friday at 7:30.
Let me be something you wanna keep your head. If I ain't your girlfriend, I won't let go of your hand. Yeah, at this point, 'cause you'll never see me. I'm better than you think of you. You're not very simple, you. Yeah. Hold me to the waist, baby, touch me on my skin, or just love me. Let me be something that you never imagined. Hold me to the waist, baby, touch me on my skin, or just love me. Let me be something that you never imagined, you'll never see me. I'm better than you think of you. You're not very simple.